Get into our March reading wrap up. I read a total of 12 books this month. A lot of them were on audio. So let's get into it. So the first one that I listened to is The Woman Who Lied. I liked this one. I rated it a 3.75 stars. It was just missing a little bit for me. It's about an author whose 10th book is unpublished, and the events in that book start happening in real life, and they're pretty sinister. So they're just trying to figure out who is doing this, and it has to be somebody that she knows that is close to her, because only a very limited amount of people have the unfinished copy of this book. The book that I listened to was The Society of Lies. I rated this 4 stars, and I did really like this one. It kept my attention throughout, but there were parts of it that I didn't really like so much. It is about these two sisters, Maya and Naomi. Maya is older, Naomi is younger. Naomi is in college, and she is found dead. And Maya is investigating her murder that she believes is a murder, even though I believe it was ruled as accidental or suicide or something like that. But it ties back to Maya went to the same college as Naomi, and it ties back to a secret society that Maya was in when she was in college, and finds out that Naomi was in it as well. All right, the next book I read was A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab. This is part of a trilogy, and I do have the other 2 books here, but I don't think I'm ever going to get around to reading these. I rated A Darker Shade of Magic 2.75 stars. I thought it was super slow. Not much happened. By the end of the book, I do feel like it wrapped up pretty nicely, so I don't feel like there was a real need to read the other 2 books. So I might come back to it eventually, but I feel like I just have so many other books on my TBR right now that I don't really want to give these the time. Then I listened to Dinner for Vampires. This is a memoir, and it was incredible. I do not give memoirs ratings, so I did not rate this one. Then I listened to Count My Lies. I rated this 3.5 stars. I did really like it, and it kept my attention throughout. It reminded me a lot of The Housemaid by Frida McFadden, and I thought that one was done better. And I think there's another one, and I forget what it is, that came before that book by Frida McFadden that I'll have to get around to reading at some point as well. I read First Time Caller by BK Borson. This one is blowing up all over TikTok right now, for a good reason. It is really, really good. I rated this 4.5 stars. I did think there were parts of it that were a little cringe, but I was able to look past it and enjoy this book a lot. This is about these 2 characters here. What's his name again? Oh, Aiden and Lucy, right. So Aiden is the host of like a love hotline on the radio, and Lucy's like 12-year-old daughter calls in and is like, my mom needs help in the love department, and she catches her and is like, what are you doing? And then she agrees to go on to the radio show because it's not doing so well with Aiden to kind of look for love. So this was really good. I do believe it's based loosely off of Sleepless in Seattle, but highly recommend. Then I read Blood Over Brighthaven. This book was unlike anything I've ever read before. I rated this 4.25 stars. I did feel like it dragged at some of the points, but overall, I thought this book was amazing. I will definitely reread this and will probably rate it higher. I felt like I was kind of rushing through it a little bit just to get to all of the books on my never-ending TBR, but when I have some time, I really want to sit down and reread this again because the magic system is insane and is so unique, and you should go read this. Then I listened to The Life Cycle of the Common Octopus. I gave this 2 stars. I don't even remember what it was about, and that's it. That's all I can tell you. Then I listened to Wild Dark Shore. This has a lot of hype right now all over TikTok. It was a book of the month. I didn't pick it as my book of the month. and I'm glad for it. I rated it 3.25 stars. So I did like it and I thought it was interesting, but I thought it was so slow moving. And there have been a lot of books that are a mix of the literary fiction and mystery thriller genre right now. And every time I pick one up, I'm just not connecting with it, not jiving with it. So maybe that's just not a genre for me. Then I read The Bluest Eye by Toni Morrison. I gave this 3 stars. I was not anticipating what I was about to read or the style that I was about to read. I feel like Toni Morrison has a very unique writing style that I just wasn't used to, and didn't know what it was going to be like going into it. But now that I know, I'm definitely going to pick up more Toni Morrison books. Then I listened to Promise Me Sunshine. I gave this 4.25 stars. I absolutely loved it. I devoured it. I listened to it so quickly. It is amazing. It's a really good take on grief and how the female main character is healing from losing someone so close to her. Highly recommend, but definitely check some trigger warnings. Then I listened to Deep Cuts and I gave this 4 stars. I really enjoyed this. I feel like if I read it, I would not have liked it as much, but listening to it, it was such a good audiobook. And I'm very excited because I do believe that it's coming out as a movie starring Austin Butler and, I'm so sorry, I don't know how to pronounce her name, but I'll put it here, Saoirse Ronan. So I'm very excited for that film to come out when this comes out. It reminded me a lot of like, kind of like Daisy Jones and the Six. It's more about like the music industry and more of like the background of all of that. But yeah, that is everything that I read in the month of March.